Are you one of those students that gets stuck in tutorial hell? Now, if you don't know what tutorial hell means, tutorial hell is simply you taking a lot of courses and then you cannot be able to use those courses to do what you have taken them for. For example, you enroll for a video editing course, and after completing the course, and then you find out that you are not able to use that video editing skill to profit from it, working for someone for a pay or doing editing on your own personal business. So tutorial is a real thing. So many people fall into that category when they take courses and they are unable to finish it. Or they take the course and finish it and they are not able to utilize the skill they got from the video editing course. So this is a real problem and it's called tutorial hell. Now, if you don't know what tutorial hell means, tutorial hell simply means you enrolling for a program or a course or a video tutorial, or you paid for an online course, or you went in-house to a boot camp where they do training for some courses, maybe like video editing or programming, or maybe web development or digital marketing. And then after 3 months, 2 months, after maybe 6 months, you find out that after finishing that program, you got your certificate. You found out that when it comes to real life practicals, you see that you are inefficient in deploying that skill you just got. Now, this can be a real problem because you are dependent on the video instructors or your in-house instructors. So you can't be able to deploy tasks, you can't be able to deploy your skills when you're working independently. So you need to know how to use the skill you got to work independently. In this video, I'm going to show you the challenges that are blocking you from using the skill you have gotten to work independently or in a contract or in a company or your personal business. So in 2026, many people enroll for courses and then they find out that after finishing those courses online, maybe it's a diploma course or a career training or skill training program, and they found out after finishing the program, they are unable to utilize the potential or the skills they got from that program to solve real life problems. Maybe it could be a video editing course, or it could be a web development course, or a digital marketing course, or it could also be maybe a master's degree on business administration or whatever it may be. And then you find out that for some reason you're not able to deploy that course without the instructor. That situation or scenario is labeled as tutorial hell. Now, what does tutorial hell simply mean? Tutorial hell simply means you depending on the course materials more often than not, rather than deploying what you've already learned in practical basis. Now, this is a real problem for many people in the learning institute, especially in a country like Nigeria and other international countries. So how do you get out of the tutorial hell? That is what I'm going to be explaining in this video. Stay tuned. For more videos like this, you can like, share, and subscribe. You can invite more of your friends to join this channel. We'll be talking more on how to stay productive in your work environment. We're talking on sales skills and social media marketing, digital and paid ads, and many other things that keep your business far off the competition. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 challenges that keeps you stuck in tutorial hell. I'm also going to be talking about the solutions. What are the things you need to put in place to ensure that you're not stuck in a tutorial loop? And then I'm going to be telling you the best advice you should be taking in 2026 to up your game in your career or in your business. Stay tuned. If you have not liked this video, if you have not liked this channel or this page, I would like you to like it, share, and subscribe. For more tips to stay productive and more tips to develop your career and more tips in digital and sales, stay tuned for more videos like this on this channel. If you have not liked the video, I want you to click the subscribe button. I would like you to share this video on your social media pages as well. Now, here are the 5 challenges that keep you stuck in tutorial hell. Now, the first challenge is that you learn passively. Now, what does it mean to learn passively? You are not focused on the learning per se. You're just doing it. Maybe someone is pushing you to do that course or that career. You're not in it with your full head or your full mind or your full focus. So that is passive learning. Or you are in the tutorial and then you have other agendas that you're pursuing side by side with the tutorials. You're not focused on it. You're not focused on the program. So that is what it means to learn passively. Now, this is a challenge for many people. They are in like a distraction. Now, there's something called ADHD. It's called attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's a kind of disorder where they cannot be able to focus on one thing at a time. It keeps you doing so many things, and at the end of the day, you find out that you have not been able to finish a task. in any of those things, or you find out that you're delaying in meeting up with deadlines. So it's because of this issue. And this can also make you become passive also in your learning, because you are not focused on the training or on the program or the course that you are running. So this is one of a major challenge. I'm going to be bringing up the next challenge. Now the next challenge is following up on tutorials and then you are not applying the practical side by side. This is another problem. Like the passive learning I talked about, this also is another real challenge when you are not practicing side by side what your instructor is telling you. Learning tutorials are not putting practical use of it. So people are learning their tutorials and their instructors are giving them projects to do, but when they get home or when they get to their relaxed space, they never do those projects, and then they come back and continue learning from there. So they never apply what they have been learning in the tutorials or in the training or in the course. So they just want to finish the course and then just go on their business. So that can pose a real problem, and it could also get you stuck in tutorial hell. Now the third challenge is being afraid of making mistake. Now making mistake is a normal thing for many people. Now there are some people that in their temperament they are perfectionists, so they don't want to make any mistake in the thing they are building or the course they are learning. They want to be perfect in doing it. Now learning is a process, so I will be focusing on what you should do to come out of the tutorial hell, and one of these behaviors will keep you stuck in tutorial hell, which is trying to be perfect when you're just beginning a program or a course or something that you just put in mind to do and you have an instructor training you. So there is an open ground for mistakes. If you put in your mind that you're not going to be making any mistake, then you are on the wrong path and you'll be stuck in tutorial hell for a very long time. Now the fourth challenge is that you depend on a step-by-step guidance for everything, which at the beginning can sound very good, but there are many ways to kill a bird in the world we live in today. So what your instructor tells you might be very different from what another person uses in learning. Or what you want to do is to stop sticking to a step-by-step procedure on how to do things. Be open-minded. So this is the fourth challenge. Now we're going to the fifth challenge. Stay tuned. And if you've not liked this video, I want you to like it and subscribe, share to your friends and your loved ones and your colleague. We're in this channel to make you stay productive, so stay tuned. Now the fifth challenge is common with online materials. People who study online courses. Now they binge watch online courses and they don't do any practical with it. So they just want to finish the online courses before they start anything. Now this can pose as a challenge if you are learning a new skill or you are enrolling for a course or a diploma online. So you want to put it as a habit of wanting to practicalize. Now this is similar to the second challenge, which is studying the tutorials but not practicing it side by side. Now we are done with the challenges and what keep people in tutorial hell. What is the solution? And if I just give you the challenges now, how will you know the solution? So in this next step, I'm going to be telling you the solutions to coming out of tutorial hell. Stay tuned. Now what are the solutions that keep you away from being stuck in a learning loop or tutorial hell? The first solution is breaking things into simple tasks. Now if you have a module that is like an hour long or a diploma course online that's an hour long, and the diploma course program or the diploma course website didn't break those courses that is 1 hour long into modules, you'll find it that it's very overwhelming sometimes, and it can keep you stuck in tutorial and learning that 1 hour program infinitely. So how do you do this? Now you want to break that program, if that program hasn't been broken for you, into simpler modules. You can try maybe 5 minutes and see how you can be able to practicalize what the instructor have told you. You want to practicalize what the instructor have told you on a 5 minute basis. Now 5 minutes seems small to you. You want to increase it just maybe like a little. Maybe you can try 10 minutes if it's an hour course, if it's a 1 hour course, or you can try 20 minutes if it's like a 5 hour long course. Now most online programs break their programs into modules. So those modules can be like 10 minutes long, 20 minutes long. But if you are in a physical location now, it depends on the program and the style of the training of the institute where you're going to learn a diploma or improve your career skills. So you want to form it as a habit to break things into simpler units and achieve goals by solving those simpler units that you have broken down. Try to achieve things that way, and you find out that you'll be able to break the milestones of coming out on tutorial hell. After breaking things into modules, you want to try to pause the video and try to practicalize what the instructor has said. This is very important if you are watching maybe online materials or online videos. It will help you to break out of tutorial hell very fast. So you want to pause the video go and practicalize what the instructor have told you to do, and then you'll find out that all he's telling you to do is working right when he's saying it. When you're practicalizing it on your own, you might find out that you run into errors or mistake. So how you solve those errors and mistake will determine how you come out from the tutorial hell. You can go back and meet the instructor and ask him to tell you more about this section of the material, as if the instructor is disposed enough to tell you. Making a habit to pause the video to learn it again will make you to see mistakes or errors that you will make when you're trying to learn. So it's okay to make those mistakes, which is one of the challenges that people are afraid of. So when you solve those problems that you're already running into trying to learn a new course or a new material, you'll find out that you become better, and you find out that you begin to have those experiences that will keep you away from tutorial hell. The solution is setting deadlines. Now, if you have a diploma you're running, you want to set deadlines. In my other video, I talk about setting deadlines. Setting deadlines is a way of putting accountability to things that you have to complete, tasks that you have to complete. So if you set a deadline to how long you want to stay in a program, or how long you want to stay in acquiring a skill or to become good at it, it makes you responsible and accountable for that skill that you are learning, so that you are not putting things on a no time basis. So it's just anytime you like, you can finish the program or not. So there is a sense of urgency when you set a deadline on when you want to achieve a career. So setting deadlines is a good way of accountability, being responsible, and trying to achieve things faster. Now, when you're setting deadline, you want to set reasonable deadline. Now, for example, if you're running a 5-hour long course or tutorial online, and then you set a deadline for 4 hours to learn everything, you see that you're falling short of the purpose of setting deadline. The course is already 5 hours long, and you're setting a deadline to learn in 4 hours, which is totally unreasonable. So you want to set a deadline that is reasonable. If you're studying a 5-hour course, you want to set maybe a deadline, like maybe a day or 2 days, to be able to accomplish everything that have been spoken of in that tutorial or video, or that 5-hour video. Now, why I'm saying this is because 10 hours can be a short time for someone to completely learn a new skill. So everybody have different capabilities. So you want to gauge yourself based on your capacities, and putting that 2 days slack, so that before 2 days you would have been able to learn the new skill by practicing everything that I've been taught. Some people could take longer, like maybe a week, to learn a 5-hour course. So don't feel bad that it's taking you a week. So you might be engaged, you might have other activities that you're doing. So some people that have less activities to do, they might complete it on a faster time in acquiring that new. So the fourth solution is breaking tasks into simpler units. Now you're on a mission to acquire a new skill, or get a new diploma, or start a new career. So you want to break every module on a course or in a program into simpler tasks. Alright, so for example, you're starting like a web development class or a web development training, and then the instructor told you that they will be starting with the basic or the introductory class, which normally HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, if you're a beginner, you want to ensure that that HTML class that you're just starting, that you know nothing about, you want to break them into similar tasks. Now, for example, HTML comprises of different items or elements that you're going to be learning. So you want to break those elements that, for example, let's take, for example, maybe like forms. I know many of us are not into web development, but those that are into web development can know this. So like maybe forms, you want to take like maybe that forms, and you want to understand those forms like maybe in that day after the lecture. And you break those things down. Maybe it's not HTML, maybe it's project management, maybe it's data analysis, maybe it's data science, whatever course that you are doing, or accounting, bookkeeping, whatever it is. You want to ensure that you break every program that you're learning into simpler units, and it will help you to achieve the learning faster and take you out of the tutorial hell. Now, the last solution is repetition of tasks. Now, repetition of tasks simply means that every program or module you are doing, you want to repeat it. Even the simpler tasks that you have broken down, you want to repeat it up to like 3 times minimum. 3 times minimum will help you to assimilate the skill, see every difficulty that is in it, and once you are doing it for the second time, you are getting better at it. So you want to ensure that you are repeating every task that you have done, or every task that your instructor gave to you. This will get you out of tutorial hell very fast. Repetition is key. Now, I know many of us in our secondary school or in our primary school, we have that habit of cramming. Now, let's take that instance now. When you're cramming a new thing now, you know that you're going to spend at least an hour trying to assimilate everything, maybe from a passage or from a book. Maybe for just a sentence, you can repeat that sentence up to like 10 times before it sticks to your mind. So that's how the human mind works. Repetition makes things stand faster, makes the brain recall items faster, makes the brain process data faster. So if you repeat items several times, you become a master of it. Now we have come to the advanced section of the video now. My advice for you, if you want to get out of tutorial hell quickly, is to go for knowledge. Knowledge supersedes every other thing. So ignorance is what keeps people stuck in tutorial. Some people are stuck in tutorial hell and they don't even know it. Alright, how you know you're stuck in tutorial is when you are in the practical section of the matter, and then you find out that you are feeling the urge to go back to reference your materials. That is tutorial hell, right? Those materials that you have been using to learn, and when it comes to practicalizing what you have learned, you can't out of your mind or out of your head get out the things that you have learned. Now, I'm not saying that you will be 100% perfect or 100% assimilate everything, but at least when you finish learning a program or a course, at least you should get at least 60% of what you have learned as head knowledge. This is going to increase your chances of not being stuck in tutorial. Now, my second advice is practice makes perfect. If you stop practicing, you find out that you become slacky in what you are learning. So practice makes perfect, and repetition makes you become a master of a new skill or a new act. So I want you to form a habit of practicing whatever thing that you have learned or skill that you have learned. You want to make it as a habit to continue to practice it, and you become very better. Now, if you just finished learning a new skill, one of the advice I'll give you is to practice at least 30 minutes a day. You can set a schedule for 30 minutes a day, or you can pick 2-3 days in a week if you're a busy person, or a day in a week, and set maybe an hour, 4 hours, depending on how available you're going to be for that practice section. Now, if you have questions, you want to have a mentor that was going to guide you. Now, if you lack mentors, you want to make Google your friend. So anything that you're looking for and you're confused, you go to Google and search. Now, ChatGPT is there. AI tools are there. So you can go there and go to ChatGPT, add the prompt of the problem you're looking for. And you say, how do I solve this plus the problem that you're trying to solve? Maybe if you are using search, and maybe you're using ChatGPT, or you're using any automation tool that have to collect prompts from you. The last piece of advice I'm going to give you is to track what you have learned so far. So if you have learned a bundle of modules, all right, about maybe a particular program, you want to track your progress. Now, some projects or some learning institutes or programs or online courses show a way to track things. So you want to track what you have learned. You want to track the things that you have learned, and you want to track the things that you have learned and see your progress and know if you are doing well or if you are not doing well, so that you can be able to repeat things that you are not doing correctly. Seek for advice on how to get this new knowledge in this new path that you are venturing into. Now we have come to the end of the video. If you like this video, I want you to share, like, and subscribe. I'd like to know your experience in the comments.